afternoon. Welcome to the service of Harold George Smith. We gather here today to mourn the passing of Harry, who was a much loved husband, grandfather, father and friend to you all here today. Harry was born on the 16th of March 1950 at the Frankston Hospital in Victoria. He was the son of Paul and Angela Smith and one of 4 of the children. Harry succeeded all of his immediate family members and his beloved wife. For the last 5 years, Harold has been living independently and being a very committed member of the Portsea youth community. Harry has left behind his beautiful children, Tempest, Adrian, Christian and Eric, and their partners, as well as his grandsons, Zale, Dylan, Kai and Fletcher. During his school years, he ended up in Ballarat attending Ballarat High School, where he met his gorgeous wife-to-be, Marion. They lived a wonderful life together for 45 years before, sadly, Marion passed away. After losing Marion, Harold returned to Portsea to live closer to his grandchildren and children and return to the community that he had grown up in. Harold spent the last 5 years of his life giving his time and skills to various community groups and organisation in a volunteer capacity. This would be anything from making sandwiches in the football canteen to tending the community vegetable garden. During these 5 last years of Harry's life, he touched so many others' lives in many kind ways. Many of you are here today to pay your final respects to this outstanding man. Harry got his first job at the National Australia Bank, and that he started when he left school. He was very diligent at his job, and this was recognised early by his boss, and where he was undertaken under his wing, and Harry rose through the ranks of the banking corporation and bringing about change in women's rights and in the workplace and accommodation for childcare to women because they worked in his team. He was setting standard for the way they became an issue. Harry's foresight into the needs of those around him and the ability to see how to implement new trends also allowed him to build networks with some of the most influential people in Australia. One of those people became his best mate, Franco. Franco and Harry were always full of life and adventure together. Harry's last trip was from a bucket list where they were scuba diving together, and unfortunately that was his last day. As we said earlier, Harry was a man of no regrets, and with this was a bucket list of activity for Harry. He will be remembered as a man who lived life to the full, having no regrets. Harry will be very much missed by his children and grandchildren, who were the apple of his eye. Harry was extremely proud of all his children's accomplishments in their lives and their careers. We'd like to have Eric Smith come up to read an eulogy. Thank you, Eric. And Franco will give the tribute to Harry. Thank you. This is a time of reflection for Harry. Thank you, Tempest, for creating this video of Harry's life. While Harry is leaving us physically now, we still can hold Harry in our hearts with our memories. Even though he left us before time, Harry would want everyone here to adopt his life philosophy and live a life of adventure. He would prefer it if you would all be happy and relive the memories of him rather than wasting the time grieving. Thank you. Harry will be privately cremated, but Tempest is hosting an open house for anyone wishing to attend after we leave here. Her address is 74 Ripon Street, Ballarat. Would the pallbearers please come forward and let us all stand as we say goodbye to Harry.